Good morning, traders. This is Joanne with Succeed in Forex with our Forex market news broadcast for Friday, February the 29th, 2008. The headlines out of Switzerland this morning read, Dollar hits record lows on U.S. growth worries. The dollar fell to an all-time low against the euro for a third straight day on Thursday after Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke warned some small banks could fail and flagged further interest rate cuts. The market mood on the dollar also was soured by news the government's second reading of the fourth quarter U.S. growth was unchanged from its advanced estimate of 6%, whereas economists had forecast a slightly stronger result. A surprise big jump in initial weekly jobless claims also added to rising worries about the slowing economy. Bernanke said he expected there would be some failures of smaller regional banks that had invested heavily in real estate. He also said the central bank was in a more difficult position now to respond to a slowing economy than it was in 2001. Lower interest rates will further erode the appeal of the dollar-denominated securities at a time when the European Central Bank is not seen easing monetary policy anytime soon, and countries like Australia are raising rates. The euro-dollar jumped to 152.29 for the first time in its 9-year history. It last traded around 151.92, up 5%. The dollar-yen dropped to a 5-week low of 104.68 and was last traded at 104.93. And gold prices rose to an historic high of $972.50. The Canadian dollar fell to 97.62. The dollar Swissy fell to a record low of 104.72 and was last traded at around 105.11. The dollar has been under pressure since the Feds began cutting rates, pushing the benchmark overnight lending rate down by 225 basis points since mid-September to 3%. Risk aversion hit the market during the Asian session. Bernanke's comments spooked the markets yesterday when he sent out fresh warnings over the lackluster performance of the U.S. economy and dour predictions of the repercussions of the U.S. bank failures. His remarks to the Senate Banking Committee triggered a widespread reaction against the dollar. The reeling of the dollar accelerated with the latest bout of grim figures that confirmed that the U.S. economy is moving closer to the brink of stagflation. The markets have clearly seized on signals that a rate cut was not only assured but compulsory if the Fed wants to have the upper hand in bolstering economic growth. It is the strategy of the Fed chairman that a weak dollar will boost U.S. exports. Bernanke did respond to the qualms about the weakness of the dollar, saying, "We obviously watch the dollar," but he expressed no concerns over its current level. Analysts more or less agree that Mr. Bernanke is not concerned by the price pressures inherent from a wobbly dollar, and is content by the manner in which it is preserving the American trade. The weakness of the dollar was also against the yen as it reached 104.58. This was despite figures in Japan indicating a forecast of downward earnings and expectations by investors that the Japanese government will have troubles to stimulate domestic demand. The fall of the dollar is helping inflation hedges such as gold and silver. Gold has hit a new high of $973.10 an ounce. It appears that it is still a bull market where hedge funds and banks buy precious metals. This concludes our news for today, for the week, and for the month. We have been doing this for 2 months now, which seems that time is flying by very, very fast. We hope that it is helping you in your trading and that you have a great trading day and trading week. Before we sign off, we would like to invite you to visit our website at www.succeedinforex.com. There you will find information about our Traders Training Center and a link to our Yahoo forum, which is also called Succeed in Forex. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will look forward to having you join us next week on Monday for our Forex Market News Broadcast. Happy pipping!